Okay, we may have a problem here. What's up, everybody? Team Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I am continuing my coverage of my boys' goal, Nashville SC, and in this match, it is a format that I feel like I have not talked about in a while. Nashville SC and DC United tie in a 2-2 draw. We got some things to cover in this video. Let me start off. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to last week. Last week, we played Orlando. I was very open about my thoughts on that match in terms of why. Why did we lose that match? Well, it was largely, I feel like, because of all the crap that happened with the weather. We had to wait over an hour to play. 76 minutes, to be exact, before we had to get back to playing that match. And obviously, throughout that entire match, you could just tell that Nashville, we were off of our game because our game was robbed because there was a weather delay that we could not control. Mother Nature was against us in that match, and we lost. But, you know what? I said to myself, okay, you know what? It was only just our second loss in like 17 MLS matches. We're fine. We're good. It's all right. But there is no excuse. No excuse whatsoever for what we saw in this match, especially in that second half. And oh my gosh, folks, I could not tell you after the first half how ready I was to come in here, sit in this chair, turn on that camera, and tell all of you that, oh, it feels so good to be right. Because Nashville SC had a 2-0 lead at halftime. A 2-0 lead. And you know what? This was not me. I feel like I was not cocky in any way. I was confident in my boys in gold that we were going to hold a 2-0 lead. I mean, check out the stats for the first half. In the first half, Nashville SC had 69% of the possession. We had 3 shots. 2 of them were on target, and we had an XG of 1.1. Everything was on our side. All the momentum was on our side, and we actually did get some goals out of this. 29th minute, Hani tries to get a cross in, but clearly Cervenia's arm hit it, and we get a penalty. And then Sam Surge, we all know it. We all know what was going to happen here. Sam Surge, no problem, none whatsoever. He steps up, he shoots, and he scores to open it up for Nashville SC. Sam Surge, he's been on fire as of late. This was his 11th goal of the season. And then 40th minute, Hani creating space, finds Shaq Mohammed. His first shot gets blocked, but then he follows it up and scores to make it 2-0 Nashville SC. So here it was. This dub, 3 points, are served to us on a silver freaking platter. It's right there. All that we gotta do is just hold it down in the second half. That's all that we have to do. Yet here comes a whopping dose of humble pie. 56th minute, DC with a corner. Peglo sends it in. Takes some weird bounces here. Schwaki gets a hand on it, but Nashville can't clear, and Hefty shoots and scores. Now this goal would be under review for offside, which was the initial call. But after the VAR and Barabo slipping the refs a 20, this call was overturned, and it is labeled a good goal. Aside from the fact that, again, the initial call was no goal, that flag went up. The refs, in their minds, professionals right here, thought that it was offside. Aside from that, we go to the VAR, and you know what? In most cases, I feel like, when it comes to calls like this, goals being disallowed because a player was offside, I feel like there was not just one thing that the refs looked at. They looked at two things right here. You have Montanu and Hopkins. Both clearly were in front of their men as the ball was being sent in. And yes, while they did eventually back off, them just being where they were at that moment in time still interfered with us and what we were trying to do, which was send the ball down. And again, it's not just one guy, there's two guys, two people who were potentially, no, not just potentially, not potentially, were in an offside position. The refs called it offside. But then I don't know what they saw in the review to overturn it. But it's rigged! It's rigged, people! And then here's the game tire, 77th minute. Well, let's see. Gets his legs taken out. There's no call. DC now have it with numbers forward. And then Montanu, as he's on the ground, passes to Barabo. He shoots, and he scores! I mean, where does it end? Where does it end, people? Are we in the Odyssey or something like that? Are we just going to allow people to be just taken out? Well, let's see. Was taken out. Clearly, he was tricked. Fell down, he did. No call. No foul. No card. If the refs would just do their job in that moment, Montanu, there's no way he wouldn't have this amazing moment where he somehow gets the ball to Barabo while being on the ground. Jeez, man. If Cody Rhodes losing at SummerSlam wasn't enough, this just put me way over the top. My whole weekend's ruined. You know, here's my hot take about the result of this match. I'll be honest, in some ways, this draw and how it took place hurts a lot more than some of the previous losses that we've had this season, which were very few! Because in this match, there was no weather delay that messed up our game. In this match, there was no easy goal that we allowed in the first, 20 seconds. This was a case where we have it. We have a 2-0 lead. We have all the momentum. It's right there for the taking. All that we have to do is do what other great MLS teams are supposed to do. Close out the match. But that did not happen here. For Nashville SC, if you're a fan of my channel, if you've seen me, you know that my expectations for my boys in gold this year are very high. Heck, I'm expecting us to win the whole darn thing. But if stuff like this happens, where we have a lead, we have the win, it's in the bag, and we fumble that, that's inexcusable. We can forget about winning MLS Cup, and that stings for me to say, but I'm calling it how I see it, folks. Any team that's going to win MLS Cup would not have done this. They would not have collapsed a 2-0 lead with over 60% of the possession. It's inexcusable, and it was absolutely disgusting. And unfortunately for Nashville SC, we got to get this right quickly because, we got Leagues Cup right around the corner. We got Club Leon coming to Geodis Park. So, we got to get back to that drawing board immediately. I mean, I hope sincerely that BJ Callahan, as soon as that final score came up, that he took us right to that locker room and he got out that drawing board and he did his thing. Because we got to get back to form here, especially in the second half of matches. So in closing, I hope that for Nashville SC, for their sake and for my sake, I don't have to talk about a match like this ever again. But fans, that's going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a honey salutes to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Go, boys, and go!